I'm not going back to Barstow.
We are actually heading into Barstow. I didn't even know it was a thing in the crew too. Welcome, ladies and gents. Here today, we're doing something a little bit different. Normally, what we would do on the crew 2 is try and find the best, the ultimate, the fastest, whatever cars, vehicles we can find in the game. Well, I want to do something a little bit different today. I am going to buy the worst car in the game. It's going to be quite difficult because there's a lot of fantastic cars in the game. But realistically, there's also a lot of horrendous ones as well. Now, the best way to find all those vehicles is not by going on the catalog, not by going on vehicles, but probably by going to the HQ itself. Go to the HQ itself, and I'm pretty sure we can list them by performance or price at the very least. It's definitely not the ZL1. That's probably one of my favorite cars in the game. It sounds so freaking good. Right, all the way to the left is probably the best place to begin because that's where the cheaper models, I think it's listed by price. I'm not exactly sure because I own so many cars now. Right then, we have 3 options, in my opinion, on the worst possible car, because after that it's the Cooper S Countryman, which is not is bad, but it's not awful. Right, we have the Silverado 1500, which is a pretty slow car because it's not a car at all. It's a truck, right? That makes total sense. We've then got the Eldorado, which is a pretty slow vehicle, and it's also from 1957. Very old indeed. And we've got the Jeep Wrangler, which is, in fact, on par with... They're all on par with each other in terms of performance level. Now, the Jeep Wrangler has an advantage, in my opinion, because it is an off-road vehicle. It doesn't need a lot of power per se. It's probably a diesel or something. I don't know much about Jeeps. I don't know if it's a diesel. The Silverado, on the other hand, it's a truck, right? It's meant to be slow. It has a lot of power, so it could very much pull things and do things as it should, just not very much in terms of speed, but it's a truck. The Eldorado, in fact, has more power than the other two, but realistically, has anyone bought this car? I really do want to know because, okay, I like the car. It looks fantastic. It just doesn't make sense for it to be used as a race car per se. I don't think anyone that actually has this car in the game uses it for the purpose of racing. If I'm wrong, please shout at me in the comments. While you're down there, you can press that like button. But speed is definitely not what this does very well. Now, it's rank level 10, and we're going to set off and see how slow that actually is. It's struggling at 30 miles an hour. Yep, it's definitely very slow. Now, okay, it's level 10. That is beyond bad. I don't think we could win one race in this car. I think it's impossible. Street race events, literally, the lowest required entry for an event is level 80. The rest are level 160. There is no chance on this earth that I'm going to do a 160 event. The Sleeper is the event of choice today. Hold on, these cars have customs. They've changed the vehicles in here. They've got custom smokes and stuff. Hang on a second. When was this done? I don't remember this. Right, the Sleeper is definitely not what I am.
Wow, your sleeper car just broke up in a big way.
Yeah, I don't particularly think mine's much of... Oh, they mean them. Okay. I don't think I have much more left in it. They're just going. This game has rubber banding, right? Surely it's going to work to my advantage because this is just ridiculous. How about a nice little bit of a jump? I haven't played this event in a long time. I almost didn't make that jump. I can still see them, technically. Oh, dear. Oh, wait, hang on. We're making progress. Oh, don't tell me the rubber banding is that. Oh, wait, we only have to get 3rd, don't we? This is the first event in the game. Let me remind you. So if I can't do this in my Eldorado, this is why people are complaining that the game's too hard for them. Because they're bad. Also because they've not upgraded their car. In fact, it's not the first event in the game. It's one of. I think it's the first introduction to street racing past the first street races that you already blown me do. This is just not good. I am 14 seconds behind. That's like a... Oh my, look at the mini-map. Oh yes. This wants to slide, but it can't because the traction control is... you know, I feel like we have to give it a go again with all the traction and stability off just because I want to see it breathe. It needs to breathe. Oh, that's a turn. Oh, that's the jump that I normally do. Yeah, that's not gone well. 26, almost 27. Oh, it's flying up. Every checkpoint I get a second behind. At least I'm actually managing to finish the event, right? That's what matters. If this was Forza, I could beat the game with this car. That's a theory I should test. Can you beat Forza with the beginning car, the starter car, with no upgrades? That 30. A new top speed record. Oh my god, we went 120 miles an hour. Jeez. Having traction control and stuff on this car should be a sin. It should be illegal. It didn't have it. It was the time before we even had any of the nannies installed in car. We're going to literally be a minute behind at the end of this. I swear. Please. Oh my god. That was a good jump. If I could keep the 120, I didn't mean to come this way. I finished last place. I think that is the very first time I've ever lost that event. 5th place. I've never seen that number in my life. I still got 4 grand. Would you look at that? Still got money. Yeah. No parts though. As I promised, I'm now going to disable traction control and ESP. Yes. It doesn't really have much power, but if you NOS... It's like Need for Speed drifting. It just point and shoot. Mate, that's why they based the drifting off an old Grandad car and Need for Speed. Confirmed. Make to drift is based on Grandad cars. Yes. I don't even think it's possible for me to get anything slightly above level 10 vehicle parts anymore. If I get anything above that, like, okay, that's my thing. The cars we begin with. Gee, the cars we begin with are higher than level 10. Why are there level 10 vehicles available? It doesn't make any sense. There are 2 boats in my living room. Right, let's get it on. But get off my screen. Customization of this car must be good, right? It's got 21 hoods. You can't even see the full extent of the hood. I mean, you can technically. You can't even see the whole front of the vehicle because it's so long. It's a long boy. But we're gonna make this thing. Do you know what? This is going to be the ultimate rice mobile. Would it be rice though? It's a difficult one, I tell you. Because normally rice is Hondas and little cars that don't actually make much power. This makes a lot of power. It makes a ridiculous amount of power, but it doesn't put it anywhere. That is pretty cool, honestly. Again, this is a car that I would have completely ignored if, for example, I had never thought of making a video driving the slowest car in the game. But hey, there you go. That's what... Is that an exhaust? I've put the exhaust on the side. Standard fenders, pretty nice. Do you know what I like when they do that to cars? It looks very, very cool indeed. I can't see over the boat. Who put a boat there? Jeez. I don't think I've used this wing since the original. I can't even see what it's doing to the rear lights. What's going on? Let's just go for 15. I don't know. And a bit of blue for the interior. A good way to see how many people actually own this car is by the liveries. 15,000 people have downloaded this livery. 11,000. 11,000. Why have I only just bought this? Apparently people love it. I feel like a bit of a fool, to be honest with you. Why have I never touched this before? Oh dear. Come back, please. Why am I putting myself through this torture again? Because I now have stability disabled, traction control disabled. I now may be able to slide my way to victory. Hold on a second. Am I actually keeping up? Am I about to pass someone? I just officially passed someone. I can die happy. Oh, they're going past me now. I think first place is basically almost... Oh, it's almost won. Yeah, they're pretty much at the end of the event. I did actually pass someone, but then I had to take a corner. Yeah, that was the end of that. This is just sad. I don't know. I keep going this way because I used to go through the middle every time, but I don't have that much speed and my brain doesn't recognize the middle as a shortcut because I don't see it. I think I did worse. What else would you do if you had access to every tool available in the Crew 2? You would make the Eldorado 280. You would max it out to give it one shot at glory. One shot at seeing how fast this thing can actually go and how it drives maxed out. The slowest car in the game still is. It's pretty obvious that it would win an event now, but the gears are the main thing. I was talking about the other day. All the cars, obviously, they take a while to shift on this game. Right, we have traction disabled, but we do have new tires, which means we're probably equivalent to some kind of sporty tires or new road-going tires that aren't 20 million years old, like the standard tires. We can already tell is quite a bit nippier. I think we could actually reach about 200. I'm going to find out the top speed of this vehicle, but right now I want to go for a big slide. This is the perfect corner. Can he slide? Still. Get it, slide out. Oh, yes. I was thinking about this the other day. We tend to come to the salt flats and just top out the cars as best we can, but I think there's a better way of doing it. If we jump into a plane and not only get to the salt flats, but also get the speed up in the plane, drop into a vehicle. That should see if it can hold the speed or even improve on it. 240, I think, is going to be the top speed that we're going to get from this. Although it is coming down, we should actually see if it can hold that speed itself. 235, 235 miles an hour. I would say that's pretty good for an old boy like this. So that, my friends, concludes me hitting a wall. At least now it can actually keep up with the train. I don't think before it would have kept up with the train very well. That concludes this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see me try the other two vehicles and put them in their own areas, if you will, because they're both, again, pickup trucks, and also a Jeep, which is made for off-roading, be sure to smash like, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next one. Until next time, peace.